we should be talking about League of Legends next. Is that correct?
Yeah, we can talk about League. We got a couple things, even one that you didn't even know about.
Oh, you know? Okay. So let's start with a little bit of news then. I'm ready to... League of Legends is in that in-between stage of LCK finals, Summer Split finals, and World Tournament. But we're finally getting an official, I guess, roster leaderboard. Basically, all the games have finally been decided, and we get to see who's in. And that was pretty much where we left off.
The brackets.
The brackets are
the
finally...
brackets have been revealed. Yeah, exactly. There you go, Billy.
Yes, a long-winded way of saying it. Thanks for shortening it up, Nick. We left off on Friday, seeing that T1 had lost to DK 2-3. We were waiting from Friday into Saturday to see what the latest update would be. So, Nick, if you want to kind of walk us into this, I can reveal the score whenever we're ready. But, you know, a little bit of showmanship here.
You can go ahead. Obviously, we see KT beat Fox. It was obvious that it was going to happen. And then in a nice little... ditty so that we can finally have a nice Worlds. T1 made it to Worlds. They actually beat KT 3-2, which was an awesome series. It was very nice. There was a few things that were a little bit of hiccups, but T1 came out and swung the bag, man. They did it. They actually made it to Worlds, and I'll be honest, this was probably going to be one of the most miserable Worlds experiences without T1. And I don't mean that as like, oh man, I'm a T1 fan. It's going to be terrible if they're not there. No, I mean it as in like, Faker just got his like $500 skin and everything like that. They made the League of Legends Hall of Fame and he's like the first inductee into it. Yeah. So it would be insane to think that Worlds itself doesn't actually have anything to do with T1 and isn't like Faker based just in general. And how embarrassing would it be if they did that and Faker didn't show up, or that they switched it? We would get like a really terrible showing, right? Yeah. So I'm pretty pumped. I'm jazzed that they actually made it through.
Me too, especially after they did so well at the Esports World Cup. It was a little bit of a storyline, right? Like Faker and T1 kind of looking bad at first, and then they were able to push through and win the whole EWC tournament for League of Legends. It was kind of a shame they didn't give a qualifying mark for World's Championship, World's Tournament for Riot by placing that. Like, didn't get an automatic in. They still had a fight here. But here they are fighting. They beat KT 3-2. Now we have a little bit more story to talk about, of course, with Worlds and what to expect. And this was the one that we were kind of hanging on the edge of our seat for. Not necessarily in the excitement part. It was a good match. I did catch a little bit of it, but more in that, like, come on, man, Faker's got it. This might be the year he retires, but even if it's not, like you said, Hall of Fame, $500 skin, we got to see him in the Worlds. We got to see them competing.
Yeah, man. It's a real shame that KT, like some of the players don't make it. It would have been really, really awesome to see some of them play. And it's a real shame that we can't take like, I don't want to say like, yeah, let's bring everybody to Worlds. Let's make it like a whole party. But like, it really is super exciting when you see different regions facing each other, and not for the simple fact of like which one's better and which one's not. It's just the flavor's just a little bit different, right. Like it's the same food, but the flavor's just a little bit different. And it's just a little bit more appealing as far as I'm concerned.
Well, especially especially watching North American League and the LCS, man. Like we saw the same 7 teams play each other 7 times. Like I'm being a little bit hyperbolic, but like, yeah, it's a much different flavor because then you get a mix up of stylings, of matchups, and just like thought process with the players. So absolutely.
Hey, Billy here. Wanted to take a quick minute to let you know a few different things. If you enjoyed the video so far, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps us out and it tells the algorithm to share it with more people. You can find the Esports Meta live every week on Twitch and YouTube. It's where we film the podcast or hang out, play games, and chat. If social media is more your vibe, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or Twitter if you use Threads. Does anybody use Threads? This is a video game community that's excited to talk about esports, so jump into the conversation. Of course, you can find more videos like this here on YouTube. Just hit that subscribe button right there or there. Thanks for watching, and let's get back to the show.
Yeah, like not seeing BDD or Deft like in Worlds is a little rough. Like I do like Beryl as a support too for KT, So like these are some of the players that I like watching. It's just a shame. They could have did some nice stuff in Worlds, I think.
And that might be a question of how they were able to perform through the overall season, where it came down to this last bit, and then they were still competitive. They lost 3-2. It's a bit of heartbreak, of course, to end their season that way. But for the teams that haven't ended their season, let's take a look at who's in the Swiss stage. We've already covered most of this, but we're going to finalize it with the last 4 teams that we're waiting for here. Billy Gaming, D+, FlyQuest, Fnatic, G2, Gen G, Hanwha Life, LNG, T1, Team Liquid, Top Esports, and Weibo Gaming. Those are our teams in the Swiss bracket. They all have a bit of a break waiting to play after the play-ins, but that's our solidified team set here, solidified roster for the World. So let's take a look at the brackets for the play-ins, and these ones are going to be a little bit more cutthroat. You lose, you're out. You win, you're in. Only 4 of these teams are going to move into the next bracket in the Swiss stage. Those other teams are waiting for them here. And we've got Mad Lions, KOI, Vikings Esports playing against each other, PSG Talon, Pain Gaming playing each other, Gam Esports versus Hawk Gaming, then 100 Thieves and Rainbow. All right. It's pretty straightforward. These teams need to make it. 100 Thieves had a little bit of a Cinderella push at the end of the summer split. But can they do it again? Can they keep NA in the play-ins here? Does it even matter? There's a lot of competition here. This is our first base here, and just a quick thought process, Nick. What do you see kind of pushing through? Because we'll go more in depth later when it gets closer, when we see these games actually happening. But for right now, which ones do you feel are your favorite? Which ones are the favorite, like statistically, and which ones are your personal favorite?
In my head, for some reason, the teams that are sticking out that I think will make it through will probably be Gam Esports, 100 Thieves, Mad Lions, or PSG. Like these 4 teams are the ones to watch, I think. I'm not really 100% sure about Pain Gaming, but like out of all the research that I've done, they don't stick out to me. But Mad Lions is like just. Mad Lions and Gam Esports are 2 of the most like dark horse esports organizations that ever existed. Like for some reason, they just do stuff sometimes. Like out of nowhere, they're just like I swear to God, it's like you watch them sometimes, and you're like, you guys never played this ever, have you? and then other times, I swear to God, dude, like you literally look at them and you're just like, yo, where did these people come from? These guys are gods on this map right now. Like it actually gets like super crazy that like they just like they have it in them. Like they got it in them, man. It's something about like the coaching over there or something for these teams, but they have it in them to just be a dark horse out of nowhere and really pop off. So I'm really excited about those.
Right. Some teams just got the juice, right? They're able to turn that on during playoffs, and they make that run when it matters the most. So we'll keep an eye on those guys, see how it goes. I personally want to see NA have a better run. So 100 Thieves, let's go. Count on you. Let's do it. Let's put the jet fuel in.
Let's do it, dude. Like drink all the G Fuel. Get over there. Like get over there, start juicing, man.
Yeah, call up G Fuel and like, this sponsorship, I need the extra special. Let's go.